Hey, how are you doing today? I'm Will Channon.
Mr. Channon, nice to meet you. I'm Dr. Paige.
Dr. Paige, nice to meet you. Do you mind if I call you Daniel?
Oh yeah, that's fine. Go ahead.
I really appreciate you meeting with me today. I actually have my business card right here. Do you have one?
Oh yeah, I have a business card too. I wanted to give to you.
There you are.
Thank you, sir. And here's mine.
Thank you. Oh, it says on here you went to University of Maryland. I was actually a Terrapin as well.
Really? Yeah, I graduated class of '84. What about you?
I was 87.
Wow,
Okay.
You're not that much younger than me.
Yeah, no, I know. I've got the baby face.
Yeah.
Just the way it is. So, where are you from Maryland originally?
I actually was born and raised in Baltimore, right in the city.
Baltimore. Wow. So, does that mean that you're a Ravens fan?
Yes, I am a Ravens fan, and thank you so much for saying that, because I have not seen or met a Ravens fan for so long. I have no one to talk Ravens with. It's good to finally meet another Ravens fan.
Oh, I'm a diehard Ravens fan. So did you see the game on Thursday last week?
Yeah, the Pittsburgh game. Hey, they whomped them. They put a whooping on them, man.
Nothing better than that, you know?
Yeah.
Nothing better than beating your rival.
Thursday night football, prime time football. Everyone's watching, and you beat your biggest rival. Yeah,
Exactly.
I'm actually surprised with all this situation going on with Ray Rice that they overcame. So,
Yeah.
good for them.
Okay, so I know that we have a limited time today, so
Right.
I want to go ahead and set an agenda for our meeting.
Okay.
I'll ask you a few questions regarding the system that you run at your clinic, and then I'll go over the ADP solution to
Sounds
see if
good.
it fits exactly what you're looking for.
Okay. Sounds good.
So that sounds okay to you?
Right.
Before I get started, is there anybody else that you would like to have in this meeting today?
Yeah, usually my wife Ellie would be here because handles all that kind of stuff, but she's actually unfortunately busy taking my son to a swim meet right now at the YMCA.
At the YMCA, really?
Yeah.
My wife is actually a swim coach at the YMCA.
Is your wife Miss Shannon?
My wife is Miss Channon.
We love Miss Shannon. Tommy always raves about how he loves Miss Shannon. She's the nicest lady in the world.
Oh wow, that's amazing. I'm gonna have to tell her that I met with you today.
Oh yeah, please do. Tell her we said hello, please.
Yeah, wow, that's such a small world. It's
Very
cool.
small world.
So I understand that your clinic is under 50 employees. You're a small business, and you currently have 2 locations.
Yeah, we currently have 2 locations, but we were planning. Well, hopefully, if everything goes according to plan, we're planning on having a 3rd location in Tyrone, but we don't have the funding for it yet. It's gonna take about 2 years, we think.
Yeah, well, good luck with your expansion and everything like that, and hopefully ADP can help speed up the process for you.
Yeah, hopefully.
So could you tell me a little bit more about your hiring process?
Oh my gosh, Mr. Shannon, our hiring process is awful. You know, we get hundreds of resumes, and half these people aren't even qualified for the job. So me and my wife have to sit down and shift through all these resumes, and it just takes so much time. It's just so unnecessary.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's completely, I know exactly what you mean. I actually worked in HR for a company, and I was in the hiring process.
Oh, you worked at HR? How'd you like that?
See, that's why I'm not doing it anymore.
Yeah, that's why you're here. Exactly.
That's why
Bigger
I'm
and better
here.
things. That's what I like to see.
Yeah, exactly. So, could you give me a little bit of background on your current payroll?
Yeah.
You guys have?
Ellen works with most of that. We use a system called Microsoft Dynamics. She personally keeps every employee's time cards, and she also has to sign and stuff the checks into the envelope. Mr. Shannon, it's a very long process, and it's funny. She complains about paper cuts a lot, but really she's spending hours and hours a week just doing this thing, and something needs to change. We don't have time for this anymore.
Yeah, that's completely understandable. Manually doing everything like that is so time consuming, and it's
Right.
definitely it's not a reliable way of doing it. It just really
Right.
isn't. So, how long are each of your pay periods?
Our pay periods are actually, as of right now, they are bi-weekly, and Ellen spends a lot of time with the paychecks, as I said earlier. It takes her over an hour to key in each person, and it all adds up. Not only that, but we have a lot of mistakes through our current program, and all those mistakes is just added time that we don't need. Now, on top of that, the system, honestly, is really confusing for Ellen. It's this Microsoft program. She doesn't really know how to use it, so the spreadsheets get all funky, and it's just a mess.
So that's Microsoft Dynamic, correct?
Yes, Microsoft Dynamics.
Okay, so yeah, I mean the systems nowadays are definitely a lot harder to use, but
Right.
ADP offers a very easy to use system. So were you ever considering hiring a new person that maybe knew this a little better or could know the
To
technology
tell you the
better?
truth, we were planning on possibly hiring an accountant, but they're so expensive. No one has tens of thousands of dollars to shell out to someone every year, and if you want to expand to our third location, we just simply wouldn't be able to afford another accountant. It's not in our budget as of right now.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't seem like something that's in your best interest if you want to expand your company. So,
Right.
from my understanding, it seems like this manual system that you have in place is extremely inefficient and time-consuming. So,
Definitely.
I can see how this process can be very stressful on Ellen's end, which in turn makes it stressful on you.
Right.
So, I think ADP could actually have a solution that can help you. Would you like to possibly hear more about this?
Like I said, Mr. Shannon, we need anything that can help us cut down on Ellen's working time here, so please go on.
Okay. So from our discussion, I would recommend Run by ADP.
Okay.
And this is specifically for small businesses like yours that are trying to expand and trying to cut down on like wasted time and stuff that you have right now. Just manual wasted time and stuff like that.
Because there's a lot of that going on in our company right now, so that would be perfect, actually.
So it's basically an automated system, and it completely eliminates all the manual labor and all that kind of stuff. We have a check-in and check-out system where everyone would clock in to the system, and it would be automatically in the system. And all Ellen would do is have to go through and check the times and hourly on everybody. That's all she would have to do. She wouldn't have to look through paperwork, look through specific timesheets.
So no more paper cuts is what you're trying to tell me.
No more paper cuts.
Thank
no
God.
more, no more lines
she'll
about
crazy.
paper cuts. So after this, she can submit that to ADP mobilely on a mobile application.
Okay, so she can do it through her phone.
She can do it anywhere she wants.
Wow.
Any of the locations you have from the comfort of her own home, it's very easy to use. Like, you can do it anywhere you want.
Okay, so let me ask you this real quick. I don't mean to intervene, but are there any major formulas or spreadsheets that she would have to be working with? Because, like I said, with our current program, she doesn't really know what she's doing too well. She really needs help on that. So if anything could make that easier.
We don't have anything like that.
Oh,
there's nothing like that.
okay.
It's just going to be the thing that we have to time in and time out, and that's going to be in the system, and all she would have to do is check it and send the time reporting out to us, and we would handle the rest.
Okay.
Basically, what we would do is that we would get it, and then, like individually cards, we would take the report, we'd make a report about it, we'd make the checks for all of your employees, and then we'd send it by the next day out to your employees.
Oh, wow, by the next day.
By the next day.
See,
that's
a lot faster than us, so that would actually help our employees get their money faster, so they'd love that as well.
Exactly. Payday could come a day early.
Oh, yeah.
And so, overall, does this sound like something that you'd be interested in?
I think definitely with our current situation, something needs to change, and like I said, we don't want to hire an accountant. We can't afford an accountant, so this seems all good, but I gotta ask the question, Mr. Shannon, how much is this gonna cost me?
Yeah, I was expecting this, but I understand it does sound like a very expensive investment, but I assure you that the benefits would help you save money over the long run, an extreme amount. You wouldn't have to hire a new employee, first of all, and like we were saying earlier, an accountant with an accounting degree would expect over $80,000 a year, probably. So that's just a huge chunk of money right there, and that alone is more money than this entire program would cost you.
Right.
And having this system, it would take out a lot of time. So Ellen wouldn't have to be doing this anymore. She could do other jobs around the clinic that could help you out, and maybe like little other jobs.
Help with the kids at home, even the driving to and from practices, to and from friends' house, birthday parties, etc. That the main thing is cutting down time, and this seems like could be the right solution.
Well, there you go. That's exactly what we're going for. So I understand you want to make the most economically friendly decision in order to expand your company. And I believe that ADP has exactly what you need in order to take the next step for your business.
Okay.
Not only will your wife be less stressed out, but she'll be able to deal with your kids a lot better. Like, that's exactly what it is. She'll have a lot more time to do that kind of stuff, and a lot less stress will be going on.
Less hassle with her is less hassle with me, so that sounds awesome.
So going back to your hiring process, though, we could actually offer you a system that you wouldn't have to look through all of your resumes and everything like that. They would do background checks for you and stuff like that, but every resume that's sent in, we could set it up to do it exactly how they want it. So I'm sure when you get resumes sent in, a bunch of people get sent in resumes that aren't qualified for the position at all.
Half of them, if not more.
Exactly. I had to deal with that same exact thing.
Yeah.
But this exact program will set to do it exactly who you want, exactly the people that you're looking for in order to hire, and all you would have to do is interview them.
Okay.
And then the best qualified people would be out there for it.
It seems very time saving as well, so yeah, it's definitely something we'd be interested in.
So,
Sorry.
So, are there any other problems or anything that you would like to say?
Not at the moment. I don't have any further questions. I like what you're going with though. I think we can make something work though.
Okay. So, with your permission, I would go ahead and like to ask you if you would like to set up a meeting maybe sometime next week, where we could
Sure.
you
Let
can
me
away.
look through this real quick. How does next Tuesday around lunch sound?
Tuesday around lunch, that works perfectly for me.
I know a great burger place. You'll love it.
Well, that's perfect. I really look forward to seeing you next week, and I appreciate everything you've done with me today. By Tuesday, I could have a customized solution specifically for what exactly you want, and I'll try and have it as cheap as possible for you
Okay.
to try and make your process a lot easier.
That sounds excellent. Sounds
It
perfect.
was very nice meeting you.
Mr. Channon, thank you so much for your
Thanks
time.
for having me.